Kids, it's time for another session with Michael. I'm so excited. Anyway, um, I'm doing my therapy, and this week we're talking about October 18th, which is next Saturday. Next Saturday is No Kings Protest Day, and it's all across the nation. So there's a location near you. There's no excuse not to show up and be counted. That's the most important thing. It's not important that you have the nicest sign or the cutest outfit or the greatest costume or whatever. The most important thing is that you show up at the time designated so they can count the bodies and it goes into the national total so that we know collectively what kind of voice we're talking about. And we want our voice to be as loud as possible without being threatening. That's important too. You don't want to be threatening. We're trying to attract votes and hearts and minds. We're not trying to crucify or light on fire or do anything um, violent, or we're not trying to drive people away or piss people off or trying to get into some sort of conflict with people on the streets. That's not what we're there for. We're there to let our voice be known that we're not down for this regime and its authoritarian ways, and we're not going to have a king. We're not into it, not at all. Thanks for offering, but no thanks. We're not accepting this. And we have every right to do that. We are American citizens. We are taxpayers. We have every right to voice our opinions, and we have every right to withhold our support. And that's what we need to be doing, withholding our support. If you remember me talking about this months ago, I said you need to cut back on your spending as much as possible. Not just in one location or another, everywhere. Cut it back as much as possible. Save as much as possible. Pay down your debt as much as possible, because that's where it hurts. That's where it really hurts. If we start taking money out of the economy and putting it back in our pockets, that's going to hurt. And that's going to send a loud message. And it's a message that they can't come and force you to spend your money. Now, they can steal your money, but good luck with that, because when you steal people's money, there's a particular response that you're going to get that's not going to be so pretty. Because I don't know if you ever had somebody die in your family, and if it involves money, oh boy, you see a whole side of even your family. You're like, it's terrible. So yeah, I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt couple dozen times now. Um, yeah, awful. So that's where I'm coming from. We need to be peaceful. We need to make our voice heard. We're not supporting this shit. We're not down for it. Thanks, but no thanks. It doesn't have to be rude. It doesn't have to be nasty, but it has to be pointed and it has to be unblinking. Unblinking. You have to say it loud and clear, and you have to mean it. Not only do you have to sound like you mean it, but you have to mean it, meaning no blinking. It's this way. It's one way. Now, if that doesn't sound inclusive, it's not inclusive. It's literal. One way. We're doing it the democratic way, the way we've always done it in America. We're not doing it this new way, with this elderly pontificating, strange criminal that we have in charge, that we voted in charge. Now, I didn't vote him in charge. I didn't want him in charge. As a matter of fact, I warned against it years and years and years and years ago. So you know how Donald Trump always likes to say he's right? So am I. I was always right. He's as awful or worse. He's actually worse than I said he was. And I said he was awful. And he's worse than awful. So I wasn't lying. Proof's in the pudding. Look where we are now. It's awful. And getting worse. And now he's hiding numbers. Because he's closed the government so they don't have to produce numbers. So he's hiding numbers now from us. He's hiding the Epstein files from us. He's hiding all kinds of stuff from us. Do you want it? So supposedly he says he's the most open president in the history of the world. Yet, not so. He's holding stuff back from us. And he's using his ugly little goons to do the same thing. Like Pam Bondi, that ugly... never mind. I don't use that word in polite company. And I don't know who's watching this. So somebody polite might be watching. So I'm not going to say it. Anyway, we know how I feel about Pam Bondi and her corrupt Justice Department. It's a shame and a shamble. It's a joke. She's like a villain in a movie. Seriously, she's like a villain in a movie. Like this whole cast of characters in this regime are like actors in a movie. Like none of it seems real. Like it's just surreal. It's like too real. You know what I mean? Surreal. It's too much. Too much. So, anyway, please show up for the No Kings rally on the 18th. There's, depending on where you live, there's places all around you that's going to be having these things. Within an hour's drive, you could probably see 3 or 4, and they're all not going to be at the same time. So if you prefer an afternoon as opposed to a morning, or a morning as opposed to an afternoon, I'm sure there's a place near you that can accommodate your needs. So please do this. It's important. Not only is it important for the nation, but I'll tell you it's important for me. Because if we don't stop this, they're coming for me. They've already said it. It's in their plans. So this is literally like my cry for help. Like, please get out and help me stop this. Because, you know, I'm not going to do well in a concentration camp. And nor would I do well in some concentration camp in Africa or Central America. Or anywhere else. I mean, even if they took me to Oklahoma and put me out on the range, I don't know how well I'd do. I'm old and sick. So, help me keep myself free from this monster. From this monster regime who just wants to destroy everything. And they say they want to take a third of America and they want to dispose of them. They want to cull the herd because they don't want to have to wait in line. They think by removing 100 million Americans and having all that empty housing and all that creepy waste, that somehow life's going to be better, and they're bound and determined to do it. But I don't think they've really thought it through, because if 100 million Americans just vanish, there's going to be a lot of empty housing and a lot of decay and a lot of squatting and a lot of filth and a lot of everything that they always say they don't like. So, um, you know, if they're going to kill me, I hope they do it sooner rather than later because I don't want to have to wait. Like, why wait for something like that? Like, get it done, get her done. But if they're not, then let's get past this awful moment in history, because that's what I want. I want to get past this awful moment in history. So have a good night. Thanks.